Hi, welcome to Bright Hope Creations. I'm Kara, and today we are wishing our mothers Happy Mother's Day with a garden full of strawberries. So we're using Strawberry Patch and the fruit basket, pieces from the Stitch Strawberry Frame and Outside In Stitch Strawberry, the giant Happy Mother's Day, and the platform pop-up, and the tea and grass that go with it. So I'm starting out by ink blending my strawberries. I decided that would be a quick way to get a bunch of them colored and give a little variety to them. So I'm using Lawn Fawn's celery stick and ballet slippers, bubble gum, and lobster to color those in. And it's nice and quick when you can just throw them on a piece of painter's tape and blend in the colors. There are two strawberry sizes that come in the Strawberry Patch dies, and these are the smaller of the two. And the bigger ones I colored all pink and red. I didn't have any green at the top. I thought those larger ones were all ripe. Okay, so now onto the strawberry leaves. These I die cut out of the new textured canvas cardstock and also the textured dotted cardstock. So lots of variations of green within those different packs of papers, which I love. And then I'm using the new Clover ink to ink blend, give that a little definition there. And then with the darker ones, I'm coming back in with the new Rainforest color as well. Even though it's a blue-green, it really does a nice job darkening up these kind of Kelly green colors. And here you can see the difference once they're blended. So I really like that. The textured canvas pink pack has this really kind of cool corally pink paper in there, and so I'm using that along with my bubblegum and lobster inks just to give it a little depth as well. So just going on the sides, chose to go on the left side to darken that in, and I'm not being too careful about where I'm shading, just want the idea that they're shaded. All right, now to add the backgrounds to these strawberries, I'm using some Lawn Fawn sunflower cardstock for that, just gluing those onto the backing and then just putting their tops on. And I didn't cut out a bunch of tops, just a few, because I knew these strawberries are going to be tucked into the strawberry basket, and so I didn't think they all needed to have tops. But here's one done. All right, so onto the platform pop-up. I am putting 1/4-inch double-sided tape on the tabs, so there's a tab at the top of each one. I cut this out twice, and then a tab on one side. And this is the Gotta Have Gingham paper. This is from the 12 by 12 pack. This particular one is called Dorothy, which is obviously so appropriate because of Dorothy's gingham blue dress in Wizard of Oz. I cut out 3 of the T's, and I'm putting the 1/4-inch tape on the bottom of 2 of those, so there's a tab at the bottom. And now I'm folding all of the creases, all of the score marks that are on the platform pop-up. And once I have those all folded, I'm going to take my T, take off that release paper, and put it through that little slit, and then just put that down, tuck that top piece over, and then take off the next release paper, tuck that down, and fold that one over. I did that to both sides, and I want to add that center T into the middle, and so I'm clipping off the tab on that one and adding some double-sided tape to the base part of the T, and then I'll add that to one of my I'll call it a little box, I guess. So there it is in the center, and I'm lining that up with the top so that the top of the T shows up on the outside. That gives us a place to put things. Putting some double-sided tape on the other side of the box taking the release paper off of one of the tabs and lining that up, making sure that the scallops kind of line up, and I'm looking at that. Yep, got it right down. Fold that over and it will put my two sides of the box together. Take off that second tab's release paper and tuck that in. And here is the platform pop-up all set to go, all set to put in our pieces. So now to decorate, and I'm going to start by filling this fruit basket full of strawberries and just kind of deciding where I want them in there. And then I'll take some glue and add that to the back of the fruit basket so that I can just attach some of those strawberries and then later come back in and put dabs of glue behind some of the strawberries where I need them to adhere together. I'm tucking a few more up at the top, the ones that have their caps on them, and then I'm going to put that glue in between so that I've got them fairly secured. And then I'm filling in the gaps. Now it's probably a waste to use that entire strawberry for that little gap, but I had some to spare, so that's okay. And now with this one, I am putting that stem through the basket so it looks like it's poking out there on the side. And I think that's it for my strawberries in the fruit basket. Just gonna make sure everything stays down. And I wasn't quite sure where I was gonna put this on my platform pop-up. So we'll have to wait and see. No, I know you saw the photos already, so you know where it went. But at first that was going to go in the center, then in the back, blah, blah, blah. Ended up waiting on that and decided to put the giant Happy Mother's Day in the center because that's really my main point to this card, is to say Happy Mother's Day. And I wanted grass on all of those tees. So I took that grass die from the set and put that on each one. I'm using an 1/8 inch double-sided tape to put those on. Now for the background, I wanted strawberry fields to kind of be prominent. And so I took a piece of acetate and I'm layering on the different leaves and just trying to arrange them so they look very full behind that Happy Mother's Day. Now, I do not have a green thumb, but I love going berry picking with my kids. We've done strawberries and blueberries and cherries, and that's not a berry, but we like to go berry picking. And even now that they're young adults, I can still sometimes course them to come along with me and pick berries, but I have never grown strawberries. I would love to know if you leave a comment to tell me if you have, if it's easy. I think I tried once, everything died. That's kind of the way strawberries go for, well, all plants go for me. But anyway, back to our paper plants. I'm using a stylus and a silicone mat to give a little definition to these flowers. So what I do is I flip them upside down, roll the large side of the stylus around, and then flip them right side up and just poke them in the middle with the smaller part of the stylus. Now I'm just going to fill in with some extra leaves, get this to widen out, look fuller. I really want it to not shrink or hide behind that Happy Mother's Day. I want it to come out and look like a real full garden. Here's one last large grouping of leaves, kind of trying to balance out the colors as well. So I have some on the right and left of the darker and lighter greens. Clipped off one leaf and it is set to go. I am going to take some of that acetate and just clip it off. Now that I kind of have my shape here, I don't need all of that acetate in the background. I'm going to add a little bit of that 1/8 inch double-sided tape in the front because I'm going to adhere it to the back of the tee. That way it'll be behind the grass and you won't see the adhesive through the acetate. All right, so we've got it, and I'm pretty happy with the shape of it. I think it frames that Happy Mother's Day very well, and I now want to add just a few of the leaves to the Happy Mother's Day itself. So one on the right, one on the left, kind of look like it's growing within the garden and helps to give a fuller look to it. The freshly picked strawberries in their basket are going to be at the front of the garden, and I'll collapse down the platform so that I can adhere it well, make sure it's on there very tight, and then add a few extras to the sides. And again, collapsing that platform really helps to kind of give me a flat surface to work with and add the little details on both sides of it. So maybe you've noticed by now, but this is a card made out of only die cuts. And initially when I started planning on this card, I thought I would have some more stamping and coloring on it, but I really love the way these die cuts just fill out this platform pop-up, and they hold their own. The other nice thing is that Lawn Fawn's dies seem to just work together well. Well, I'm sure they planned it that way, but I love how they all work together. And this card is actually a Simon Says stamp feature for Lawn Fawn. So I hope you'll head over to Simon Says Stamp and check it out over on their blog. And I hope you enjoyed the video today and it inspired you to make a garden full of strawberries for yourself. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.